Hello everyone, welcome to Royal Tutors online platform. A big thank you to all our subscribers. And if you have not subscribed or this is your first time on this channel, kindly click on the subscription button so that you can get notifications whenever we post new videos. Also, if you find this lesson informative, kindly click on the like button. Thank you. Yeah, so in our previous videos, we started the topic divisibility rule. If you have not seen the video, you can click on the description button. The link for the videos, you are going to find it there. So you can click on it and watch the videos. And then we've talked about when the number is said to be divisible by the other. We've talked about the divisibility rule for 2, for 3, 4, and for 5. And this is going to be the last part where we'll talk about divisibility rule for 6, for 7, for 8, and for 9. So when do you say a number is divisible by 6? When you want to check for divisibility of 6, divisibility of a number by 6, how to know if a number is divisible by 6, all you need to test for is the divisibility of that number by 2 and 3. That is, it has to satisfy 2 and 3. It must satisfy rules for 2 and 3. So I wrote the and in capital letter because it is very important. Not just one, it's not just for 2, it's not just for 3, it must satisfy for the 2 of them. And I will kindly remind us of what rules does 2 and 3 have to follow before you can say a number is divisible by them. Uh, if you remember, I told you that the number is divisible by 2 if the last digit is divisible by 2. You can get that from our previous videos. And also a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits forms a number that is divisible by 3. So I want to go ahead to prove that if a number satisfies the rule for 2 and for 3, then the number is divisible by 6. A good example is when you have the number 216. We want to check if 216 is divisible by 6. So all we have to do is to check for the rule of 2 and check for the rule of 3. Now let's check for the rule of 2. Is this number divisible by 2? You remember I said that a number is divisible by 2 if the last digit is divisible by 2. 216, the last digit is 6. 6 is divisible by 2 because it gives 3 with no remainder. So this number 216 is definitely divisible by 2. You check that. Then you check for 3. Is the number divisible by 3? How do we know that? You add the digits together. 2 plus 1 plus 6, which is going to give us 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, 9 is divisible by 3. So therefore, it implies that 216 is divisible by 6. 216 is divisible by 6. So let us check another one. Let's check for the number 172. 172. So checking for 172, you first have to check for the divisibility rule of 2. Divisibility rule of 2 says that the last digit must be divisible by 2. And that is true. The last digit, which is 2, is divisible by 2. But that it follows the rule for 2 does not mean that it is divisible by 6. We also need to check if it is divisible by 3. So how do we check that? 1 plus 7 plus 2. This gives us 10. 10 is not divisible by 3. So that means the number 172 does not obey the rule for 3, which implies that 172 is not divisible by 6. So once again, if you want to check for the divisibility of a number by 6, all you need to check for is if it satisfies the rule for 2 and for 3. So let's go ahead. How about for 7? When do you say that a number is divisible by 7? Divisibility rule for 7 did not exist up till around a decade, and it's something that we will have to explain in details with some little examples. But kindly follow me as we go ahead. You check for a number and you want to know if the number is divisible by 7. You work with the last digit. You work with the last digit, but not just the last digit. Let's check. If you see the number 343, you want to know if 343 is divisible by 7. What you do is you multiply the last digit by 2. Okay, you multiply the last digit by 2. That's 3 multiplied by 2. This gives us 6. After you multiply the last digit by 2, the number formed by the remaining digits, when you take the last digit, you have some digits left. The number formed by the remaining digits, you subtract this multiplication from it. That is, you have 34 left minus 6. So don't forget to first double the last digit. After you double the last digit, the number formed by the remaining digit to subtract that 6. That multiplication is subtracted from it. So that's 34 minus 6. And this is going to give us 28. If it forms a number that is divisible by 7, then that number is divisible by 7. So let us check. Is 28 divisible by 7? 28 divided by 7, that's 4. Giving a remainder of 0. Yes, 28 is divisible by 7. So that means that the number 343 is divisible by 7. So I'm going to do another example and also do a third example so that we can clearly see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's look at the number 49. Is 49 divisible by 7? Let us check. What do we do? The first thing to do is to double the last digit. If you multiply the last digit by 2, we have 18. And then the number formed by the remaining digits. The number formed by the remaining digit, which is 4. You subtract the multiplication from it. So that will be 4 minus 18. If you do 4 minus 18, you have minus 14. So you ask yourself, is minus 14 divisible by 7? Let us check. If you divide it by 7, you have minus 2 with a remainder of 0. Yes, minus 14 is divisible by 7. Therefore, the number 49 is divisible by 7. So let me now ask this question. Is this number divisible by 7? Number 191. Is it divisible by 7? Let us check if it is divisible by 7. 191. To check if it is divisible by 7, what we have to do is to double the last digit. The last digit is 1. Double the last digit, you have 1 multiplied by 2. And that is going to give us 2. So when you double, it's going to be 19 minus 2, which is going to give us 17. So you ask yourself, is 17 divisible by 7? If you divide 17 by 7, you have 2 with a remainder of 3. Therefore, 17 it doesn't give a number that is divisible by 7, which implies that 191 is not divisible by 7. Okay, so now we've seen how to check if a number is divisible by 7. So I'm going to repeat the rule again. A number is divisible by 7 if when you double the last digit and you subtract it from the number formed by the remaining digits, it produces a number that is divisible by 7, then the number is divisible by 7. So let's go to 8. Let's go to 8. When do you know when a number is divisible by 8? The divisibility rule for 8 is also kind of different from others, because for the other ones, you can check them for 2-digit numbers, for 3-digit numbers, for 4-digit numbers, and so on. But for 8, you can only start from 3 digits, from 4-digit numbers, because what we check for 8 is the last 3 digits. So to know if a number is divisible by 8, we check the last digit. If the last digit forms a number that is divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. For example, 1064. 1064. The last 3 digits is 064, which forms the number 64. So if this number is divisible by 8, then the number 1064 is divisible by 8. Let us check. If you divide it by 8, you are going to be having 8 remainder 0, which means that 064 is divisible by 8. Therefore, 1064 is divisible by 8. So that's why it has to be a 4-digit number before you can check for it. If it is a 3-digit number, you can always complete its division, and if it leaves a remainder of 0, that means it is divisible by 8. But let's check this number. 1121. 1121. The last 3-digit number is 121. So is the last 3-digit number divisible by 8? Let us check. We are going to be having 15 with a remainder of 1. Since it leaves a remainder, then it is not divisible by 8, which means that 1121 is not divisible by 8. So once again, a number is said to be divisible by 8 if the last 3 digits forms a number that is divisible by 8. So let's go to the last one. Lastly, we want to check when is a number said to be divisible by 9. When is a number said to be divisible by 9? A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits, the rule for 3 and for 9 is almost the same, but there is a difference between them. For 9, the number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits forms a number that is divisible by 9. For example, 729. 729. You want to check if this number is divisible by 9. You compute the sum of the digits. That is 7 plus 2 plus 9. If this gives a number that is divisible by 9, then that number itself is divisible by 9. So if you compute this addition, you have 18. 18 divided by 9 gives you 2 with a remainder of 0, which means that the addition, which is 18, is divisible by 9. Therefore, 729 is divisible by 9. Okay, so that means 729 is divisible by 9. But look at the number like 182. 182. You want to check if it is divisible by 9. All you need to do is to compute the addition of the digits. That is 1 plus 8 plus 2. This gives 11. 11 is not divisible by 9, which means that 182